Hello everyone, my name is Crystal Hurst and I'm a Warramai woman from the mid-north coast of New South Wales, and I am the Indigenous Arts Educator at the National Gallery of Australia. And today we're going to do some art making in response to the body language exhibition here at the Lismore Regional Gallery on Bundjalung country. So we're going to do some art making today, and the first artwork that we're going to be looking at is David Wallace's sculpture, which is called the Stockman and Horse. And so you can see with his work, he has made a really beautiful woven sculpture work where he has utilised materials that he has sourced around from his country. And the interesting thing about David is that he claims to have been born with wire in his veins. So he's really strong in his country, his identity, and telling those stories about growing up on the cattle stations and being really handy around his home. And so in response to that work, we're going to be making our own rendition of the Stockman and Horse. And so we've got some materials here. So if you're at home, you can try and use some materials around your house. So if you have a pen or a pencil, and some scissors, and you also need some cardboard and some materials that you can source around at home, either it be wool or raffia, or also native grasses around your home as well. So we have some cardboard, and we also have a pre-cut laser cutting shape of a man on a stockman, but you don't need to do this. You can Google an image at home, or you can just freehand and utilise your own imagination. And so what I'm going to do is I have my piece here with my pencil. I'm just going to trace around the body of the horse and the stockman. So you just got to use your pencil and follow that line all the way around. And with this piece, we're getting our base ready so we can do some wrapping and really learn the process that David has done with his sculpture piece. So we have our horse here ready to be cut out. So I'm just going to grab my scissors and we're just going to follow that shape and follow the line that we just created and just cut out with our scissors. So it's good to have some cardboard that's fairly strong, so we'll be able to withstand the wrapping that we're going to be doing in a second. And what we're going to do is similar to David's style, where he has used wire. We're going to just use wool as an alternative. And what we do is just place it around the horse, and we're just going to go in wrapping motions. So we're just going to go around. There's really no one way of doing it. It's just what you feel is comfortable. And I just tuck in that wool so it doesn't come undone. And so we just continue. And so you can be really creative with your little stockman. You can utilize different colors. You can also use natural grasses like the raffia. And so we're going to do that together today. So the interesting thing about David is that with his works, he created lots of his artworks made from salvaged materials around his country. And so he would utilize materials such as scrap metal, copper, he'd use old wires, and he was really clever and he was really artistic in the way he utilized all those materials and to create something really beautiful out of those discarded materials. So here we go. We have our own little rendition of David Wallace's sculpture, the Stockman and Horse. And I hope you had fun doing this art making activity, and make sure you come in and see the body language exhibition here at the Lismore Regional Gallery. Thanks.